I'll be using these 2-wire planter baskets from Dollar Tree, some twine that I got from Lowe's, it's about 5 millimeters, and some other twine I got from Walmart that is about 2.5 millimeters, and then some black wire from Dollar Tree, some embellishments. I took off some candles from Dollar Tree, some spray paint in the color of soft iron or soft flat iron by Rust-Oleum, and some scissors and pliers. I'll also be using a glue gun, some tape, some decorative rope from Dollar Tree, and also, even though I did not get a picture of it, I'll be using one of those mirrored candle holders. It's the round shaped ones. So here I am just taking off the tabs that the chains were attached to. I used the chains for another project called the Spanish Chandelier, and I'll put the link below. Here I'm just bending back and forth the wires with the pliers, just taking my time with it. The wires can detach from each other. The welding can come undone. If that happens, you can use E6000 to reattach them, or the Dollar Tree's fix-all glue. Now I'm only leaving one tab, and that's going to be on the bottom part of this pumpkin. So I'm taking this black wire that I got from Dollar Tree. It's actually really flimsy. You can work it like string, cut it like string with scissors. I'm just making 2 rows of wire. I'm wrapping the wire around the wires of the basket just one time around, leaving it relatively loose so I can adjust it, but not too loose. And the purpose of this wire is to help prevent the twine from slanting inwards. It helps it stay with the frame of the basket. And I'm going to do this to both baskets. And when I'm done, I'm going to take the 2 baskets and embellishments outside to spray paint them. While the spray paint is drying, I went ahead and cut my twine. I'll cut 2 feet of the 5 millimeters twine that I got from Lowe's. And I would suggest at least 2 feet. If you want the basket to open a little bit wider, you can make it a little longer. And then I'll cut 9 pieces each of lengths of 2 feet and 1.5 feet of the smaller twine. So for the bottom of the basket, I'm taking the twine that is 1.5 feet in length, or about 1.5 feet, and I'm just looping it around in between the spaces here. And I'm going to do that from the front where that tab is, and I'm going to leave 2 spaces empty in the back, and I'll put those pieces of twine aside. And then I'm also going to do the top basket in the same way with the 2 feet of twine. Now this twine is about 2.5 to 3 millimeters, I think, in diameter, and it's very comparable to the twine that you can get on the spools at Dollar Tree, but I liked this twine better from Walmart. I felt like I got more bang for my buck. Also, I don't think it's quite as fuzzy. 2 spaces on the top basket as well should not have twine attached to them just yet. Now here I am taking one side of each of the twines that I looped onto the basket, and I'm joining them like in a V, and I'm tying them at the top. For the bottom half, the one with the tab, I'll be cutting the twine after I tie it in a knot. And I'm going to do this all the way around until I just have one piece of twine that's loose on both ends. I'm going to do the top basket similar to this, except I'm not going to cut the twine at the top. I'm going to tie it in a knot, and I'm going to leave the excess twine alone. And again, I'll have 2 extra strings that are left when I'm done with this part. So here I'm just going to take some of my Scotch tape and just tape up the stem. I'm not going to leave it there permanently, but it's just to get it out of the way for now. Now, when I put the 2 baskets together, I'm deliberately not lining up the wires of the basket. I'm having them alternate. And the reason why is because it looks a lot better to look deliberately not lined up than to try to line up baskets that won't ever line up perfectly anyway. Believe me, I've tried matching a lot of baskets at Dollar Tree and it just did not work. So I actually ended up liking this look. Now, when the 2 baskets are on top, you're going to line up the 2 empty spaces of each basket and loop the twine, the top twines, or the twines for the top part of the project and the twines for the bottom part around both of baskets. So then you have this opening and closing mechanism. They kind of work like hinges. And here I'm just playing around with some of the embellishments I tied on to some twine. I just kind of wrap them around, let them dangle. I'll decide later really what I want to do. Now with this tab that is on the bottom and it's in the front, I'm going to take my larger twine that I got from Lowe's and I'm going to tie a small loop and tie it off at the top. And I'm going to push it through this tab in the front. Now with the tape, I taped the ends of this twine so that they would work more like the ends of shoestrings when I push it through this loop. Now I'm bringing the twine up and around and I'm going to put it through opposite ends or going in opposite directions of the loop. And now you just pull and you could tie it in a bow if you want. I'm just going to tie the ends and knots and then cut the tape part off. This way you can leave it open or closed or however. And notice I tied the stems or the pieces of the stem at the top. I just tied it in one knot. And now I'm just going to, again, wrap the embellishment around it. And just let them dangle where they will. So with the decorative rope, all I'm doing is acting like I'm making a small coaster. I'm just going to go around and around with the hot glue gun, carefully not touching the hot glue. And I'm just going to go in a spiral motion until it's the size that I want, which is actually going to be about the size of the mirror that I'm using to place inside the pumpkin. So with this mirrored candle holder, I'm just going to take these table protector pads off the back. I don't really need them. Now I'm going to put the pumpkin, I'm just going to hot glue it to this coaster that I've made out of the nautical rope. And I'm going to glue the mirror to the inside of the pumpkin. Even though I seem to be stuck behind schedule quite a bit, I have many more creative ideas to come, and I hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel to see more of them. Now all that's left to do is just to add some things that I got from Dollar Tree that have a fall theme. I'm also going to put in this tea light and some fairy lights. And I'm going to put the little battery pack of the fairy lights toward the back where I can access it, but that it's hidden. And then the next thing is just to tie down the front to make sure it's closed. And then I can lift it and put it wherever I like. And here's what it looks like in lower lighting. I hope that you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing to my channel, or at least give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.